Hello and welcome to daily news analysis of the Indian Express and the Hindu. So in this video, we will look at news items that are relevant from prelims point of view. Then we will discuss some of examples that can be used to enrich your mains answers. And in the end, we will discuss MCQs framed based on today's newspapers. So let's get started. Now, before moving forward, the set 3 of this MCQ series is already out. You can go and watch it out as it will definitely boost your prelims score. Further, in these videos, I have already discussed some of techniques which can be applied while solving prelims questions. Now, let's start today's news items. So this news item pertains to Kerala governor, where governor alleges constitutional collapse in Kerala. So recently, on the issue of appointment of vice chancellors in the universities, there has been ongoing tussle between state government and Kerala governor. So in that regard, let us see some of the facts that are important from prelims point of view. So the eligibility of governor is constitutionally specified under Article 157 and 158. And the requirements for a governor to become a governor is he must be a citizen of India, at least 35 years of age, not a member of any of the house or legislature, and he must not hold any office of profit. Also, normally the term of office is 5 years subject to president's pleasure. Means president can remove governor before 5 years as well, but for that there must be a ground that should exist to remove the governor. Also, under Article 163, Council of Ministers of State aid and advise governor on various matters, and governor has to act on aid and advice of Council of Minister except at times when he has to act in his discretion. So these are the facts that are important for governor. Now moving forward, this Supreme Court verdict came yesterday, and the both Indian Express and Hindu are flooded with various editorials and articles about this verdict. So no need to go into minute details of what the majority or minority verdict is. We will see the facts that are relevant from our prelims and mains point of view. So this judgment has upheld the EWS quota that was given under Art 103rd Constitutional Amendment Act. So under this amendment, Parliament added Article 15C and Article 16C in our Constitution to grant 10% reservation to economically weaker sections in government employment and educational institutions. This was 103rd Constitutional Amendment Act. And this amendment was challenged in Supreme Court on various grounds. So first, let us see who were eligible or who are eligible under EWS category. So it notified that beneficiaries must not be covered by SC, ST and OBC reservation, and their gross income of family must be below 8 lakh. So this was criteria to be included under EWS category. Now mainly there were 4 questions that were answered by Supreme Court. So let us see what was Supreme Court's verdict in these 4 questions. So the first question was, can there be quotas based on economic criteria alone? So this question arose because earlier Supreme Court has struck down the reservation given to Jat community based on economic criteria. So here Supreme Court has said that, in fact majority opinion has said that poverty is an adequate marker to deprivation. So Supreme Court said that yes, poverty is a ground under which reservation can be given. So earlier verdict of Supreme Court in this matter was that economic criteria cannot be sole criteria, and for that Supreme Court has said that EWS is deemed a separate and distinct category, and that is why this reservation can be given. So the first question was answered that yes, economic criteria can be basis because EWS is a separate and distinct category, for this purpose. So now second question was asked, that is exclusion of SC, ST, socially economically backward classes from quota discriminatory? So under this amendment, it was held that the people who were earlier getting benefit under SC, ST and SEBC category will not be eligible under EWS category. So in this regard, Supreme Court has said that the affirmative action regarding SC, ST and SEBC is already in place in form of reservation. So it is not discriminatory. And further, the new constitutional amendment has introduced another affirmative method, which is separate. So here also Supreme Court has said that this EWS category is separate and distinct, and already the affirmative action for SC, ST and SEBC category is taken up, and now this can be given to economically weaker sections and it is not discriminatory. Now moving forward, the third question was, can quota for poor breach 50% ceiling for reservation? So this question arose because in 1992, in Indira Sahani judgment, Supreme Court has held that first, economic criteria cannot be sole criteria, and there must be some other backwardness such as socially or educational backwardness to support the reservation. And secondly, it said that the limit of 50% cannot be breached, means total reservation cannot breach 50% mark except in exceptional circumstances, for which reasoning must be given. So in this regard, the Supreme Court majority bench has said that this 50% ceiling is for backward classes, but here Parliament has made separate provision, and that is why it is different from this 50%. Supreme Court has said that this 50% is for SC, ST, SEBC reservation and not for EWS, which is a different category. And further, Supreme Court has said that this 50% also is not inviolable, as there are exceptional circumstances under which this can be breached. And the fourth question was, can private colleges be forced to have EWS quota? So under it, one of the judges said that yes, there can be reservation in private colleges as well, because they are also part of society. So these are the four questions that were addressed by Supreme Court bench, which gave its split decision by 3-2 and upheld 103rd Constitutional Amendment Act. No need to go into nitty and gritty of this news. This is sufficient for our prelims and mains. Now moving forward, in this judgment, Supreme Court has observed that reservation policy cannot continue indefinitely, where justice said that real solution lies in eliminating the causes that have led to social, economic, and educational backwardness. So here Supreme Court judge observed that reservation policy is not the permanent solution. Rather, to have a classless and casteless and egalitarian society, this reservation needs to be relooked again. So this statement can be used as conclusive statement, or in conclusion in mains answers, by supporting that Supreme Court has this view on this matter. Moving forward, this news item pertains to cheetahs, which were earlier brought from Namibia to India in Kuno Palpur National Park, which is in Madhya Pradesh. So this is a good news in that regard, that cheetahs made their first prey, which is an indication that they are become hospitable to India's conditions. So in that regard, let us see few facts about cheetahs. So cheetahs falls under two categories. One is Asiatic cheetahs and other is African cheetahs. Asiatic cheetahs IUCN status is critically endangered, and they are currently only found in Iran. Why? Because of hunting and poaching, they were extinct from India. Earlier, they used to exist in India as well, but currently they found only in Iran. Whereas African cheetahs have IUCN status of vulnerable. That is why India imported African cheetahs, because they have similar habitat, so they can survive here and we can have cheetahs roaming again in India. Another news item, Delhi's air quality seems improving from past 2 days, but still there is a lot of concern about air quality because it is still in poor category. So let us see a few facts about air quality. So air quality is based on air quality index that is developed by Central Pollution Control Board under Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. It measures air quality based on 8 pollutants. Which are those 8 pollutants? That is PM10, PM2.5, nitrogen dioxide, NO2, SO2, sulfur dioxide, carbon monoxide, ozone, ammonia, and lead. Just keep in mind that no CO2, that is carbon dioxide or nitrogen, is present in measuring pollutants, air quality. So keep these facts in mind. Now, this air quality index gives air quality based on 6 categories. What are those 6 categories? These 6 categories are good, satisfactory, moderate, poor, very poor, severe. So in past few days, the air quality of Delhi was in this category. Now it has been slightly improving and it is in poor category. Still, there is lot needs to be done in this regard. Now moving forward, this news item pertains to conference of parties that is going on in Egypt regarding environment related matters. So in this, the UN Secretary General had said that either cooperate or perish, which means either cooperate to curb the climate change or else we all will face the consequences of catastrophe that would be caused by the climate change. And recently there are various events, abrupt events in the form of droughts, forest fires, untimely rainfall, which is an indication that climate change is real. So all countries must come together and act. So under it, he said that there must be a pact between richest and poorest countries to accelerate the climate action. So in this regard, let us see the history of deliberation about climate change related global events. So in 1992, Rio Summit was held, and in this summit, United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change came up, which is signed by almost all the nations, and under which the conference of parties held every year to have deliberations on matters related to climate change, such as cutting down greenhouse gas emissions, etc. So first conference of parties was held in 1995 in Berlin, Germany. Some of important conference of parties are COP3, that is in 1997, which came up with Kyoto Protocol to reduce greenhouse gas emissions to a certain level. The next important COP is COP21, that is in 2015, came up with Paris Pact. And latest being COP27, that is currently going on in Egypt. Now, if we talk about India, India have hosted one COP in past, that is in 2002. So this is sufficient from prelims point of view. Item pertains to our criminal justice system, where it shows a sorry state of affairs of criminal justice system. It is a famous saying that injustice towards anyone is a threat to justice for everyone. So in this case also exactly same has happened, where a girl was gang raped and murdered in 2012, and lower court has given death sentence to the accused. Now apex court has let go the accused free because they found lapses in trial. Now, in this case, police investigation was not done properly, and as a result, the accused were acquitted. And who lost in all of this? The parents of the victim. So it shows a state of affairs where a crime is being done, but the accused are let go free because of lack of evidence or because of there are glaring lapses in trial. So it can be cited as an example as to lot needs to be done in this regard to improve our criminal justice system. And last news item of the day is the Black Sea Grain Initiative. So recently, Russia has rejoined the Black Sea Grain Deal. So let us understand about what was it. So Black Sea Grain Deal was done between Russia and Ukraine and mediated by United Nations. Why? Because currently Russia and Ukraine crisis and conflict is going on, and given that Russia and Ukraine are major exporters of grain to rest of world, so due to conflict between these two nations, the supply of grains across the world was disrupted, and as a result, the hunger was increasing. So UN mediated in this and brokered a deal between Russia and Ukraine to sign a grain deal so that they can export their grains to rest of the world and can help in controlling the food crisis. So let us see the facts about Black Sea. So Black Sea is bordered by Bulgaria, Romania, Ukraine, Russia, Georgia, and Turkey. Further, it connects Sea of Azov via Strait of Kerch, whereas Black Sea connects Sea of Marmara via Strait of Bosphorus. So keep these facts in mind from prelims point of view. So that is all for news items. Now let us move to the last part, that is MCQs based on today's newspaper. One, which are correct statements about Asiatic cheetahs? Statement one, its IUCN status is endangered. Statement two, it is found in India and its neighboring countries. Your options are one only, two only, both, and none. Now you can pause this video, try to attempt this question, and then listen to the explanation part. So as we discussed that IUCN status of Asiatic cheetah is critically endangered and it is only found in Iran currently. So this is wrong, and second is also wrong because earlier it used to found in India, but now it is only found in Iran. So this is also wrong. So D is right answer. Moving forward, question 2. Which of the following are correct statement about governor? Statement 1. He must be of 30 years of age. Statement 2. President appoints the governor of state after consultation with Chief Minister of State. Your options are one only, two only, both, and none. Now, as we have discussed that the minimum age for eligibility of a governor is 35 years and not 30 years. And secondly, president appoints governor of state on advice of council of ministers at center, that is central government, and there are no consultation that are required with chief minister of state. So this is incorrect, though Sarkaria Commission recommended for same that governor to be appointed after consultation with state in order to reduce the friction while working in future, but this was not adopted. So both are wrong. So again, D is right answer. Moving forward, which of the following are correct statement about Black Sea? Statement 1, Iran opens up in Black Sea on its north side. Statement 2, Black Sea connects with Sea of Azov via Strait of Kerch. So as you have discussed that Black Sea is bordered by 6-7 countries, but it does not border with Iran. Because if you look at a map of Black Sea, then Black Sea borders Turkey on its south, and here it is Iran. Iran opens in Caspian Sea and not in Black Sea. So this is wrong. Black Sea connects Sea of Azov via Strait of Kerch. Yes, that is true. As you have discussed that Black Sea and Sea of Azov are connected via Strait of Kerch, whereas Black Sea and Sea of Marmara are connected via Strait of Bosphorus. So this is true. So B is right answer. Now moving forward, which are correct statements about air quality index? Statement 1, it consists of 18 pollutants to measure air quality. Statement 2, it has been developed by CPCB, that is Central Pollution Control Board, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. So as you discussed that air quality index consists of 8 pollutants and not 18. So this is wrong. Statement 2, it has been developed by CPCB. Yes, that is true. It is developed by Central Pollution Control Board. So B is right answer. And last question of the day is consider correct statements about Conference of Parties under UNFCCC. Statement 1, the first Conference of Parties was held in Berlin, Germany in 1995. Statement 2, India have not hosted any Conference of Party under UNFCCC so far. Your options are one only, two only, both and none. So as we have discussed that first COP was held in Berlin, Germany 1995. That is true. And India have hosted one COP, that is in 2002. So this is wrong. So A is your answer. So that's all for today. If you find this video helpful, then please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more daily current affair videos. Further, if you find any suggestion, then please do suggest your advice in the comments below. Thank you.